Whoa! Let's go. Let's go on an adventure.
Nothing really happened in March. March is pretty much a busy month with getting the landscaping going, getting my equipment up and running, oil changes and stuff like that, calling customers, setting up the schedule to get the landscaping going because springtime in New York, that's when you started. And then as the weeks go on, more and more customers get ready for their grass to get cut. So March is pretty much a busy month. It's a work month. Nothing crazy happens in March. But then we're going to get to April. And April is interesting. This is my brother. This is my brother drinking beer. I know he's going to hate me for putting this out there. I don't care. He's my younger brother, and I do get to mess with him. I don't care how old we get. But yeah, I'm sure his girlfriend is going to hate this as well. But I'm older. I don't care. So we went up to see my brother. This is now April 6th. And his town where he lives, I really like this town. I wish we were up there more where the town could get to know us as his brother. Because we're up there a lot and he does things around the town. He's, a football coach. He's a wrestling coach. He, works whatever he does. I think he works at a vitamin factory or something. I don't know. So anyway, the town gets together and they do a duck race. They do a kayak race and they do a race of anything that floats. And that is the event my brother entered. So I'll just put up some pictures here. Here's the ducks coming down the river. There's this little river in Mechanicville. And this tiny little side river empties out into the Hudson River. Now, at the end of this river, the police and fire department are there to scoop up any debris that comes down so we're not, polluting or, discarding garbage or what debris. And then there's the kayak race that comes down and they start further up and they just start whizzing through a bunch of kayaks. Sure. It looks like fun. I'd love to do it. I'd love to record it. But it seems pretty dangerous. Kayaks. You flip over and you're done. A friend of mine growing up actually passed away from something like that. So, yeah, well, I don't know. Then there's the anything that that floats boat race, and my brother decides to enter this. We'll start with the warning label on it. And if you can't read that, it says this product is not used, should not be used as a flotation device. This is a child's sandbox. I mean, it looks like a boat. It's decorated like a boat. It has its own name and it has its own hull number. Yeah. My brother decides to sail this boat down this river. It went down this hill. And this is the end result. Enjoy this collage of pictures. I'm actually going to animate them here. And he had to be rescued by the fire department. They had to actually pull him out of the river because of this. He made the paper. He had an interview with a local newspaper. Those pictures right here. And all said and done, there was an award ceremony. There was 4 awards that were given out. The most seaworthy award went to this group of people. The most creative vote went to this person. I forget what the third award was, but it was definitely the award for completing the race. And then there's my brother's award. Wrecked by the rapids. And here he is, all proud of himself. We were proud of him too. His boat had no chance from the beginning. And oh, I'll put this picture in. This is his paddle, or his steering mechanism. I think he would have been better with the beer cans. But that's my brother's boat race. We had a great time. He did get an award, but he had to be pulled out of the river by the fire department. And I told people that. That's how I led off the story. In my introduction, I told you that I would go into work with some pictures and be like, "Oh, guess what I did this weekend?" Well, I walked into work Tuesday and was like, "My brother had to be pulled out of the river by the fire department." And everybody was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "No, it's fucking hilarious. Check this out." And I tell them the story. So that was April 6th. Yep, I was there, took pictures, got these pictures to show you, and move on. April 24th now. This was my birthday present. My birthday is in December. You've seen that video. Hopefully you've seen that video. If not, it's my growing up Christmas video. But my wife bought me this for my birthday, and it was concert tickets. I just had to wait for April for it. But you know what? You open them up, see the concert tickets, and know that's your present, but you get to collect it then. So you got the tickets on your birthday, and then you just collect your present April 24th. We got to go see Brantley Gilbert at the MVP Arena in Albany. That's cool in itself, but we are very big Brantley Gilbert fans. So if you see this video, get back to me. But we've been to, I believe at the time it was 13 concerts. We started in 2013 or 2012. I think it was 2012. Toby Keith was playing in Boston, and I told my wife, I was like, I've always wanted to see a Toby Keith concert. Glad I did. Obviously, he passed away. Rest in peace. But I'm so glad we did, because when we went, the opening act was Thomas Rhett. The second opening act was Brantley Gilbert, and then Toby Keith played his show. Just to put it in perspective, those are pretty big names that I mentioned. Thomas Rhett, a year after we saw him, year later, he got Country Star Rookie of the Year. So we saw him before he even started to be big, and he put on a great show. The first song I ever heard by Thomas Rhett of him was "You Make Me Wanna," and every time I hear that little guitar riff in the beginning, like, it just brings me right back to that show. Brantley Gilbert I had heard before, because that was when Dirt Road Anthem by Jason Aldean was very, very popular on the radio. That was a new song at the time. So I had heard that song. Come to find out, Brantley is the one who wrote that song. No disrespect to Jason Aldean, but once I found that out, I was just an instant Brantley fan. But yeah, so the fondest memory I have of that concert was, and he doesn't do this anymore, so I feel special that I got to see it, was Brantley standing up on stage with his hat down, singing "Them Boys," and that's probably one of my favorite. It's not my favorite Brantley song, but it definitely hits me pretty good because I was probably at that middle stage of that song, not at the old stage just yet. I was at the middle stage, and at the time. Now I'm probably at that old stage, but it still brings me back. If you never heard that song, look it up. Them Boys, Brantley Gilbert. It's just totally awesome, and it's about growing up. But when you realize who's actually telling the story, kind of gets you. So got to see Brantley in April, and we go to the MVP Arena, and we park. Normally, we park in the parking structure, which is across the street. This time, we parked in the parking structure, which is behind the MVP Arena. So we got to go in the back door essentially. And like I said, we've seen Brantley 12 or 13 times, counting that one. And time before that, something we do every year. So it's kind of like that buddy that just comes to visit every year. It's like, when are we going to see Brantley again? You know, and that buddy comes to town, and we got to make sure that we hang out for that one day, and that's the thing. So that's what this is. The time before that was the previous February, and again, birthday present. Got to go see him. There's actually a TikTok out there of the end of the concert, and some guy pushed some girl, and Brantley broke up the fight or something like that. You can look that up. Brantley saves the day or something like that. And I'm actually in that TikTok. I have a still frame of that right here. That's me right there, and I'm in that TikTok. So it was one of the only pictures that I had that I could actually say that I had a picture with Brantley Gilbert at the time. So anyway, we walked in to the back, and last year in February, we went to a show, and we found out that there's a table that sells Brantley Gilbert flags. And if you buy a flag, I believe the flag is $200, so it wasn't cheap. But if you pay for the flag, you get the flag and you get a meet and greet with Brantley. So we missed out on that that time, but this time when we walked in and we went straight for the table, it just so happens that where we walked in, the table was right in front of us. So we had first dibs at that table, knowing that that's what it was. So I told my wife, I was like, you grab the flag, pay for the flag and everything. I'm going to go down to the floor and get us a spot right at the railing, because if you don't get a spot at the railing, everybody else fills in there, and then you got to either push them out of the way to get a spot up front, or just be the gentleman and stand a row or two back from the front. So I told my wife that I was going to go down there. I was going to get us a spot up front, and then obviously you let the girl in and she stands in front of you. So we split up. She knew where I was going. I knew where she was going to be, and she, we'd find each other. It's not, she wasn't getting lost. So I go down, and to get on the floor, you have to show the concert ticket, but the concert ticket was in her phone. I didn't have her phone. I didn't have a screenshot of it. So I couldn't get down on the floor. I had to now wait for her to get there. I'm calling and texting and whatever. She had to go to the bathroom and stuff like that. So meanwhile, the stage is now filling up, and I didn't get up front, which was the plan from the beginning. I'm going to get us up front. So she comes down, and she's got the meet and greet pass. Here it is right here. And I'm like, I don't care that I didn't get up front. I'm going to meet him after the show. So whatever. So we walk down to the stage. We get as close as we can. We're literally one row back. So there was this lady and her daughter standing in front of us. And, I'm not going to be mean, but I'm definitely standing very, very close behind them because that's the spot I wanted to be in. This is the exact same spot that we stood the year before when we went to see him. I got some pictures, but I'm not showing those pictures. I'm showing these pictures, which were of this concert here, 2025. So same angle, but it doesn't matter. And yeah, so we, put on a great show as he usually does. We knew every word to every song because we've seen him so many times, and any new music he puts out, we get right away. And we make sure we learn those songs so they're not strange to us when we go to the concert. So just having a good time. This lady that we're standing next to apparently turned into our best friends because she had never been to a Brantley Gilbert concert before. So I'm explaining to her what's going to happen. And, when you've never been, you're just not going to know what I'm talking about. But if you have been, you remember this. When he plays Take It Outside, he starts pushing Noah, his guitar player, and they get a little scuffle on stage. So I tapped the lady on the shoulder. I'm like, hey, he's going to get in a fight with Noah. And he's up there and, he does what he does. And, it's a good show. And this lady just gets all excited when, he started playing Dirt Road Anthem. And she's like, I know this song. And I'm like, yeah, but you're not my girlfriend. So don't put your hands on me. So anyway, that was the show. We wait till it's done and over with. They actually start kicking people out and whatever. But we go off to the side. There's a little meet and greet area, so we just kind of sit over there, and they pull us into the hallway. We walk around to the side, and we were like the fourth people in line. It was actually pretty cool. So we got to meet him. Uh, he's a little smaller than I thought. I'm a big guy, and I gave him a handshake and stuff, and kind of pulled him in for a hug. And I guess he didn't expect it because I just kind of manhandled him. But here's a picture here, and I got to give him a hug, and that was cool. Got to meet Brantley, and it's been years. And like I said, he's like that friend that comes around every year, and finally got to meet him. So I guess the next thing will be an autograph, but not pushing my luck there.